As the sun rises above the Jabi Lake in Abuja, there's a renewed sense of hope. Life, as we say in Nigeria, is for the living. The fact that things are hard is not lost on these citizens of the FCT. Keeping fit and ensuring the rigors of daily life do not stop them from the lifestyle they've cultivated over the years, especially with the removal of fuel subsidy.
Like me now, I'm coming from Suleja all the way to here. I know what transportation is telling me. If I'm not spending, I'm spending up to, let me say, go and come. Before, sometimes I'm spending up to 1,000 naira only. Now I'm spending up to 3,000 naira.
I went to market, day market, with 50,000. Babe, I just carried the full stock like this. Because if you want to talk to them or ask them why this is the full issue, we didn't expect it.
Normally, I used to come from my house here, Jabi, just Jabi to Jabi. I used to come here like maybe 700 naira, but now I pay like 1,500. Going back, it's like almost 2,000. Is a lot. So if you don't have a job, you can't keep up this lifestyle. The number two, if you don't have a steady income, you can't even live the way you used to live before. So it's a lot.
Good morning, ma'am.
Since the removal of fuel subsidy, the monumental increase in the cost of living is biting hard on these workers at the Federal Secretariat in Abuja, who have not experienced a corresponding hike in their salaries, and who tell us that even though there is a hike, it's not enough to cushion the impact of the removal of fuel subsidy.
They are not only punishing me, they are punishing my great-great-grandmothers in the village that cannot work.
You mean bring it back?
Let them return it to where it was before. They know where our problem is. Let them go and address it.
Do you know rent is up? Do you know the basic transportation you need is up? Everything is gone like 40-50% and more.
We need an intervention because the whole place is already corrupt. And people will, they will stand on this as an opportunity to be more corrupt.
The actual amount paid on fuel subsidy remains a mystery for Nigerians and has remained a mystery for years. What Nigerians know is that the cost of fuel rose from 195 naira per litre in October of 2022 to 617 naira a litre officially as at September of 2023 following the removal of fuel subsidy, which in turn led to an astronomical increase in the cost of everything in the country.
No provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone.
These words from the president came with mixed feelings. Relief that the fuel subsidy regime, which many believe to be corrupt, was over, and fears that the money recovered will not be put to proper use. And even if it is put to proper use, it will take time to produce the desired results, which ultimately is a better quality of life for all Nigerians. So the waiting game begins, and while Nigerians wait, the economic impact of the rise in the cost of everything following the fuel subsidy removal bites hard on all sectors. Take these transporters at the popular Utako Park.
Going to Kano alone, vehicle will buy fuel of 60,000 naira. Kaduna alone, driver will now go and come back. A fuel of go and come 60,000. Kano Kuma, if you want to go and come, that's 120,000. So when you look at the money, you can see the driver will collect money from the passenger, and the passengers too are complaining.
Traders at the Garki International Market are also feeling the pinch.
Most of the things we have in these shops are imported, but if we start producing some of these things in this country, it will help the economy.
Some economic experts oppose the concept of palliatives for Nigerians, insisting that inflation is what should be targeted first.
What are those drivers of our inflation rate? What are those things that are making it to grow? We have to identify them, and there are many of them that we already know about. The exchange rate is one of them. The insecurity is another. The cost of electricity and cost of petroleum product is another.
The Nigerian Labour Congress is currently in an impasse with the federal government on agreements they say needed to be signed before removing fuel subsidy.
The strike is an effect of a policy that doesn't have human face. There was no strike before the issue of removal of fuel subsidy. And promises. In fact, it was the government that said, ask for palliative, ask for wage. And we have asked for it. and we couldn't get any.
Inflation rate is at 22.41%. The nation's debt profile is hitting 77 trillion naira, and an unemployment rate is expected to hit 40.6% this year. All these indices suggest that Nigeria's economic reality is indeed a tough one. Nigerians are hoping that the idea behind the removal of fuel subsidy will improve the economy of the country and ultimately their lifestyle. Kayla Megwa, Channels Television News.